late-night talk shows have hosted some of the most legendary entertainers in history. Guys like Johnny Carson, David Letterman, and Conan O'Brien have dominated the global TV industry for decades, and their comedic genius has created countless iconic moments. But there's one talk show host that Hollywood probably wants you to forget. He ruled late night for over a decade, crafting a distinct style of comedy that thrived on chaos and improv, and was so smooth that he turned innuendo into an art form. This is Craig Ferguson.
Shoulder? Well, the shoulder's part of it.
What's the other part?
All the other parts. Unreservedly.
Thank you.
Oh, no, absolutely.
No, thank you, really.
Take your dress off.
Well, they were absolutely enormous, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, coming from you, that's a hell of a thing to say.
Oh, my God.
Craig Ferguson has a long and successful entertainment career dating all the way back to the early 80s. He grew up in Glasgow, Scotland, performing as a drummer for various punk bands throughout the country, and then transitioned to comedy a few years later. He gained prominence in Scotland for his onstage character, Bing Hitler, an extremely patriotic Scotsman known for his loudmouth and outlandish remarks.
But I'd love to have it valued. For insurance purposes, of course. Fuck off!
Ferguson became a staple guest at the Edinburgh Festival each year, solidifying his status as a rising star in the UK. He appeared on various TV broadcasts over the next few years, hosting popular comedy shows like Dirt Detective and The Ferguson Theory. He also showed off his musical theater skills, playing key roles in productions of The Rocky Horror Show and The Odd Couple. It was clear Ferguson had a talent for presenting, and moved to LA in 1994 to pursue his dream of making it in Hollywood. His first major role came in 1996 on The Drew Carey Show, playing eccentric boss Nigel Wick. He immediately became a fan-favorite character thanks to his chaotic and unpredictable nature, frequently getting into trouble due to his sheer incompetence.
Thank you, Mimi. I hope one day we can put this behind us.
The Drew Carey Show made Craig Ferguson a household name for American audiences, and that success would continue in 2004, when a spot opened up to host a popular late-night talk show. In 1993, legendary comedian David Letterman moved to CBS to start a new late-night show after a major public fallout with the NBC broadcast. He brought a massive wave of fans to the program, and CBS capitalized on the opportunity by producing another late-night show directly after Letterman, called The Late Late Show. The first broadcast aired in 1995 under Tom Snyder. He held the gig for 4 years, and then was replaced by Craig Kilborn in 1999. The ratings were solid under both hosts, but were tiny compared to the monster successes of other late-night shows. Craig Kilborn left the show in 2004. Several popular comedians auditioned for the role, like D.L. Hewley and Dane Cook, but the broadcast ultimately went with Craig Ferguson, who impressed executives in his audition tapes. Ferguson made his official debut in January of 2005, and his quirky style of comedy immediately resonated with fans. Ferguson's wide range of experience in entertainment helped develop an extremely unique late-night show experience, fit with comedic sketches, musical numbers, and weird puppet shows. Craig brought an air of authenticity to the late-night genre. He would frequently go off script, tearing up his note cards to ad-lib conversations with guests or his opening monologues. He was infamous for bending censorship and professional rules, swearing constantly and lounging back in his desk while on the broadcast. The laid-back nature was a nice change of pace when compared to the other late-night shows airing at the time, and Ferguson quickly rose in popularity. He continued to develop his style throughout the years, introducing sidekicks like his gay robot skeleton, Jeff Peterson, and yearly themes like Shark Week and Crab Week.
I love your blue eyes.
I love everything about you. I'm no longer...
And he's gay.
Yeah.
You know,
He overtook Conan O'Brien in weekly ratings for the first time in 2008, and did the same to Jimmy Fallon in 2009. But the one thing that made Craig Ferguson notorious as a talk show host was his charm.
When I was on House,
You keep touching.
I don't
my
mean
leg.
to do that.
Yeah, but you can't help yourself. That knee right there, that's like catnip for actresses.
Yeah,
Ferguson invited many celebrities to interview to promote upcoming projects. But unlike other major late-night shows, his conversations were mainly unscripted and improvised, provoking a more genuine and enjoyable conversation for both the guest and the audience. But his most iconic moments typically came from his interviews with female celebrities.
You are a bad boy.
Oh, you have no idea.
Ferguson had an undeniable charm when interacting with the women on his show. His witty banter and mischievous nature created a playful atmosphere on set, always engaging with his guests either through cheeky flirting or self-deprecating humor. While hosts like Conan O'Brien also thrived on being spontaneous, Ferguson's mastery of innuendos and effortless chemistry with female guests made it feel like a genuine conversation, even despite the raunchy nature of some of his jokes.
Dirty Craig, dirty Craig.
I am not dirty. I said I'd give you a snake cup and you will receive one and you will enjoy it.
Bet I will.
You would.
Bet I would.
You would.
He always came across as respectful and authentic, listening to his guests, leaning in and engaging with them like a human being. This allowed the women on his show to let their guard down and have a bit of fun in a safe environment. These interviews became a highlight of the show, with beautiful women arriving in elegant outfits and eagerly joining in on Ferguson's playful banter. Compared to the dry and repetitive nature of most press tours, Ferguson's late-night show was a breath of fresh air for most guests, which lets you see more of their actual personalities. But despite his immature nature and playboy persona, Ferguson was not afraid to tackle difficult subject matter or personal struggles he was having in his life. He never shied away from discussing topics like the Fort Hood in Colorado shooting, expressing his sadness and frustration with the events, and showing real emotion and compassion. He spoke in a monologue about his struggles with alcohol addiction and his experiences from his time in rehab, offering a unique perspective into what it's like struggling with personal demons.
Now, there is a myth that goes around popular culture, I think, right now as well, which is that alcoholism can be cured by a 28 stint in rehab. I'm sorry to annoy the censors, but that is horse. That is horse. You've done your 28 days. This is the beginning. You now have a lifetime of vigilance. This is a chronic condition that you're going to have to manage deal with the rest of your life.
The rawness of his stories and the compassion he shared for those struggling with similar issues resonated with millions of people around the world and inspired many to take the leap and get sober to change their lives for the better. He gave a beautiful eulogy for his mother in 2008, sharing his feelings and grief about his loss through memories he had with his family.
And now I take some comfort in thinking that, you know, wherever they are, they're together again. And he's getting the news. We'll be right back, all right?
And in 2009, had the opportunity to interview Archbishop Desmond Tutu, which was an incredible discussion about the struggles and hardships of the apartheid in South Africa, and even received a Peabody Award. Looking back at Ferguson's late-night career now, it's incredible to see just how unique his show really was. The intimacy and authenticity of his broadcast is sorely missed in today's formulaic and politically focused late-night landscape. He has some of the most beautiful and heartfelt monologues ever done on television. He was able to connect with audiences in a way no other talk show host could, while still delivering hilarious moments filled with crude innuendos and unrivaled chaos. He may not be as beloved as Carson, Letterman, or Conan, but in my mind, Craig Ferguson is the true king of late night.